Hello everyone, welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing Premier Draft Murders at Karlov Manor, and I think we're supposed to take the Ezram here. I mean, it's obviously very color committal, but it's insane. Right? Like, you're not going to just take an inside source here. Great card, but I mean, let's just see what Draft Sim has to say about Ezram. Yeah, 6th best card in the set. Absolutely gross. Alright, I'll take it. Would be thrilled to wheel either of these blue or white cards. Probably won't. They're both highly sought after. In a pinch, I mean, I guess I could take Fairy Snoop. Or maybe by the time the wheel comes around, I won't be blue-white anymore, but I hope that's not the case. Okay, there's not much here for the blue-white deck, but I do want to try to insist on it a little bit. I mean, the thing is, I guess it would be by taking Public Thoroughfare, right? Something with 4 pips is going to be tough to play even in a 2-color deck. You won't always be able to cast it on turn 5 without some help. Am I missing anything really busted to do this? Not really. Bite Down on Crime's okay. The Panther would be, like, second choice, probably. Reasonable Doubt is playable. But I'll just take this. I don't know. Maybe I'm a wimp. Blue-white land, but Prophet's Eidetic Memory is way better. It's so good. What are you still doing here? Right? I mean, it's insane, yes. Yes, it is insane. Draft Sim confirms. All right. Is this a detective, by the way? Just in case it matters. It is, of course. They couldn't make a blue-white rare and not make it a detective. They could, of course. The Case of the Filched Falcon is fine, but I would much rather have a Projector Inspector. Deduce would be okay. Just get me this, like, loves detectives, banger 3-drop of a play. Another blue-white duel. What? That's just, like, lucky? I mean, Crimestopper Sprite is really good for this deck. But you don't get past a lot of duels. And we have a 4-pipped creature. I'm going to grab the blue-white duel. I mean, gosh, I could even take the Mistway Spy, I guess. I don't think we need to go, like, crazy for Crimestopper Sprites. They're fine. I'd be happy to have some, but... yeah, just give me a duel. Detective Cap. Would love to have one in the deck. Make Your Move is fine, but nothing incredible. Same was true of Thinking Cap, of course, but, like, you actually... it's great in a detective's deck. I mean, what I want to take is Deduce. I wonder if I'm supposed to take Make Your Move because, like, we need some removal, but it's just not a very good card. Okay, well, it looks like insisting on blue-white is going to turn out okay. Might even be able to cut the Public Thoroughfare and then say, oh, if only I'd put in Reasonable Doubt. Honestly, Reasonable Doubt could wheel. It's not an especially sought-after card. Candlestick is fine. Although, Curious Cadaver is actually great. And obviously we're not, like, black at the moment. But we have, like, a little bit of fixing. It's the kind of thing you might be able to splash for. Okay, nothing here. I forget what we were... like, Inside Source. There's no way that was wheeling. And that was the main other card in this pack, as I recall. Okay, Reasonable Doubt didn't wheel, but we did get this white flyer, which is okay. Or Soul Search. If we end up splashing black. I don't know. I could just use, like, a 3-mana Disguise creature, probably. Nothing incredible, but fine. This card is just actually bad, I think, but maybe it makes the cut somehow. Crocodile's fine for the double blue cost. This is fine for the double white cost. I'm not dying to run any of it. Lazav. Ooh. But makeshift binding. Yeah, if there weren't anything good in this pack, I might try a little harder to splash black for Drag the Canal and I don't know what, Curious Cadaver? That's what it's not Drag the Canal. And Lazav, but it's way more responsible to take makeshift binding here. It's just exactly what we need. White removal. Someone else can enjoy their Lazav. I'm sorry I took your Curious Cadaver. Oh, there's Drag the Canal, speaking of. Reasonable Doubt would be okay. I think we're supposed to take Eliminate the Impossible, though. Right, the blue-white deck is a fairly aggressive deck. It doesn't want to be holding up mana for counter spells. Whew, Neighborhood Guardian, okay. We want to be swinging in with Eliminate the Impossible to, like, make a single combat go way, way better. Second Case of the Filched Falcon. Still no more interesting than the last time. I think Bubble Smuggler is just fine. Not gonna run a Repulsive Mutation, I don't think. No, of course not. Do we want a Case of the Filched Falcon? We have an artifact there. This makes an artifact. This doesn't. This doesn't. Yeah. Very few ways to investigate at the moment. I'll just take the Bubble Smuggler. Nice to have something to do on 2. Although, of course, you'd rather play it for 3 and flip it for 6. Black-white land. Okay. I mean, I still think it's very reasonable to splash Curious Cadaver. And we're not missing out on much here. I don't really want 2 Deduces in this deck, nor 2 of these guys. Nor a Fairy Snoop. Let's just grab a black-white land. We should be able to splash a black card already. These are... Unauthorized Exit is fine, I guess. Now, we don't currently have that many ways to make clues, so Curious Cadaver isn't that amazing. But if we pick up a couple more, right? This card is just nuts with Projector Inspector. You just put it in your graveyard, pick it back up again, put it in your graveyard. Like, it turns Projector Inspector into draw a card instead of... and I'll take another. Instead of loot. It turns all your looting into drawing a card if you can sack a clue every now and then. Oh my gosh, look at this black stuff. Okay. Yikes. Another Thinking Cap is probably okay in the Detectives deck. I don't have that many Detectives, though, and it could just be an Unauthorized Exit. I don't know. I like the hat. Reasonable Doubt. I was just saying I don't really want this, but maybe we're a little slower than I thought. Could have taken the Magnifying Glass, of course, to really go in on the clue synergy, but it's just not a good enough payoff to run such a slow card. Whatever, I'll put this in the deck. We already have one. We're probably... Okay, fine, fine. I mean, I think it's better than Presumed Dead. I'll take a Magnifying Glass. You twisted my arm. No... What is this? No... Not a great pack. Could take another Deduce or another hat. Those are pretty much the only choices here. I don't really want another one of these guys. Deduce is fine. We have a few things now that care about clues. I've already forgotten what the other one was. It's around here somewhere, isn't it? Oh, right, the 2 Curious Cadavers is what I'm thinking of. We already have 2 Thinking Caps. We don't need a 3rd. Oh, the Forensic Researcher is so good. Yes, give it to me. College Prize Witnesses, whatever. This is a detective, surely. Yeah, okay. So we're looking at 4 black cards at the moment, but one of them we can play face down. Or indeed just cut, of course. I think we have plenty of big stuff. I don't need to run the Criminologists. Could maybe go for some more actual removal. The Furtive Courier is okay, but I think I just want a Dramatic Accusation. This guy is great. Should fit just fine into the deck. We are missing some big, like, flyers that this deck loves. But this is, I mean, it's just too much tempo to not take this, you know? Case File Auditor. How am I for enchantments? Not many. Is this? Oh, a 3-mana 1/4 is not bad. Like, it does deal with aggro reasonably well. Make Your Move is not terrible. Definitely not running any of this black stuff. I still think black is just on a splash for this deck. Yeah, and in this pack we don't want anything. Flips for double black, forget it. Okay, I can take another Eliminate the Impossible. I do think that's good. Over another Crocodile. Might be time for Make Your Move, but Eliminate the Impossible is just a much better card. Okay, I guess I got to Make Your Move anyway. Probably a cut, but figure that all out later. I am sort of wondering if this whole black splash is really worth it. Okay. So how did we end up doing for detectives? It didn't seem like that many for a blue-white deck. Like 8 or something? 7. Not very many. So what do we have that cares about detectives? I know there's the Projector Inspector. And the 2 Thinking Caps. Oh, these are detectives. Wow. This makes a detective token. So we actually have very few detectives. Maybe the Thinking Caps are not so hot then. Because these are fairly late game stuff, right? Where, like, you know, I can't even necessarily play them the first, you know, right when I draw them, but later I can play them and then play them and then play them. Magnifying Glass as a mana rock, I mean, it doesn't seem incredible, I'll tell you that. But maybe. Ezram we're obviously running. Crocodile is fine. These guys are still bad. then we just have like a couple of black cards we're splashing, right? Sanguine Savior could be white. But of course he'd like to be able to play it face up. Don't I have something somewhere that cares about creatures power 2 or less? It's basically just this, right? So that's most of the creatures. Oh, no, it's including a bunch of stuff that isn't even creatures, because its power is undefined, which I guess is less than 2. So tell me the creatures with power less than 2. It's not very many. So this creature is a little bit weak. But, I mean, well, it's weaker than it, like, often is. But it's still a 4-mana 2/4 flyer that has this cool ability. And a 2/4 flyer is really tough to deal with. It just stops a lot of attacks. It threatens to attack if the board is otherwise already gummed up. I kind of like it. This one, I don't know, it's whatever. Let's actually put all the disguise creatures into the 3 slot here. Because there's a lot of stinkers, right? With them, we do have a lot going on in the 3-mana slot, but... Boy, a lot of 2-mana stuff. None of it creatures, except for the Bubble Smuggler. And this, but we don't really want to play this as a 2/1 if we can help it. Say we cut Make Your Move. I mean, Magnifying Glass is okay. But most of the deck, like, wants to be pretty fast, right? We don't have a bunch of super slow cards, except for, like, oh, Ezram costs 5, and we can kind of win the game if we get there, right? This doesn't even really help us that much with getting to 5. You have to play it on 3, and then, like, on turn 4, you play land, and this goes, and, like, that's when this does something. But it's, like, 3 mana for a mana rock, a colorless mana rock, and then, like, the extra ability the Mana Rock has is very slow. Yeah, we have this other guy who cares about creatures power 2 or less as well, I guess. Huh. I wish I had, like, 2 more Detector Inspectors. Where is that guy? Projector Inspector. This guy is, like, exactly what we want. Let's look at my mana sources. Maybe I should be cutting the black. So, obviously this forest is dumb. It should be, like, anything else. I guess an island is pretty cool. Then we have 7, 8, 9 blue sources, 5, 6, 7 white sources, 4 black sources. This could probably stand to be an island or a plains. We don't need to play the black very early. This, yeah, I think this is enough fixing to splash for a couple of nice black cards. Especially when one of them can be cast for just white mana. God, am I really going to run a stupid Magnifying Glass? I don't think the deck is that, like, insanely aggressive, right? Like, all these disguise creatures are really expensive to flip. And given that, like, the Magnifying Glass isn't bad. I don't know. it is, I guess, like, I guess it is a bad card. I'll be interested to see, like, just how badly it goes. I'm also thinking, like, do we need another land? We probably do, right? This does not look like a... I don't know. This format is full of 18 land decks, and I do think this is another one of them. Oh, yeah, that's true. This guy really helps as well with the double pip Ezrim, right? Tap a plains, untap it, tap it again for your second white source. Cute. Or, of course, your second blue source. Oh, I mean, it does not escape my attention that we need to cut 3 cards, and we're running, like, 4 questionable black cards. We could cut 3 of them. Or we could even cut 4 and put back in a bad card from some other color, like, you know, a benthic criminologist or something. Still have all 7 detectives, so maybe we could put back in the thinking cap or 2. Or even this piece of garbage. I would still like to run 1 Curious Cadaver at least. Obviously 2 would be better. But also it's worse. Yeah, this is just... I just don't need this card. 1 Thinking Cap maybe, and then cut like most of the black cards. Oh, and another card. Right. Maybe cut 1 to deuce. The deck is a lot slower than it looked at the beginning. I don't know. That, like, is a reason that I want Reasonable Doubt, for example. And that makes me kind of want to keep to deuce. Maybe cut 1 of these things. I hate them. But I guess, let's be honest, it's better than a Crocodile, right? Because it only costs 5 mana to flip. Or they both cost 5. I don't know. I just like the flyer more. Or I could put in Make Your Move. Just have a little bit more removal since we are kind of a slow, more grindy deck. I don't know. This seems pretty stupid. I'm splashing black for 1 Curious Cadaver, but here we are. That seems to be what's happening. A way for the grind deck to have a, you know, recurring source of value. All I need is 10 mana per turn, and I can make a clue, crack a clue, return my Curious Cadaver to hand. Incredible value commences. Just wait till I get to 10 mana. Obviously, games are not going to go like that very often. Okay, opponent on black. Nothing turn 1, always nice to see. So probably not black-white. Oh, okay, a slow deck mirror. You got it, buddy. What is this? 3 mana 2/2 that has, like, okay, it's this build around. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I'll kill that. It looks like the kind of thing that you don't want to let lie around. Never seen this card before. Making stuff trigger twice is scary. And I guess they are black-white. Not just because they have this white card, but I don't know. I guess that's why. This isn't a white card you would be that excited to splash, I think. I don't know, maybe you would, because there's all these face-down creatures. But those don't have... I don't know. Black-white is the deck that's like, oh, creatures with power 2 or less. But this triggering ability obviously doesn't care about disguise creatures, because what those are matters when they flip up, not their face-down stats. I would love to play this face down and then flip it to kill this thing, but I don't have to do it right away. Right? I mean, we could run out the magnifying glass, which is kind of ridiculous. Maybe bounce their creature. And then next turn we can play the disguise and flip it? No, we can't really, right? I think I'm just supposed to play this disguised. Oh, by the way, opponent stopped at 3 lands. Good to note. Oh, wow. Okay, so at least 4 colors. Very slow stuff. Or, I don't know, very splashy stuff anyway. This just isn't the mana base that a tight aggro deck would have, is what I'm getting at, I guess. Hello? Hopefully we can successfully block their flyer. I would not be shocked to find that they have some trick to prevent it, but that's what we'll try. Okay. We got the Lightning Helix. On the other hand, we traded 2 mana for 8 mana. So, not great. I want to run this out and the Projector Inspector, but I guess that doesn't really work. Because I don't want it to be disguised, I want it to be face up. So I guess it's time for the Magnifying Glass. I mean, I feel quite behind this game, but if I draw a swamp, we're sitting pretty, right? So, I don't know. Well, this would trade with their flyer, and then I could, like, bring it back eventually. But it's not like I have clues lying around at the moment. And we have it in hand with the Projector Inspector. That's the combo. Are they just going to suspect this and swing in for 4? That would be kind of rude. I wouldn't like that very much. Huh. Okay. Yikes. That makes their flyer a much bigger problem. Well, I guess this costs, what, 4 and tap? So never mind. Well, yeah, no, that's right. I might draw a land and want to clue up, although I doubt it. All right. Sure. I think I'm probably going to have to bounce their flyer after they pump it, just so I don't take quite so much damage. But if they make big enough attacks, I can eliminate the impossible. Oh, there's their... Yeah, they have every color now. Niv-Mizzet? It's got to be in there somewhere. Or maybe just Case of the Shattered Pact? I don't know. If they had that, they would have played it already, of course, because it searches up a land. But it could just be waiting in the deck. They don't have good attacks on the ground. It's really just the flyer, but it is a real problem. Oh, okay. Pretty big dude. Okay, I guess I'll just plan to bounce this and actually just make a clue now. What are you thinking about? All your other attacks are very questionable, right? Sure. That's nice. Not super useful at the moment, but nice. Another one, huh? I don't know what the point of that is. Double eliminate the impossible might do something, but it doesn't do enough. I can't kill this 8/8. So I kind of have to bounce it, and then, I don't know. A miracle has to occur? If they get too greedy and like swing with everything, then like bounce plus eliminate the impossible could do something. But I don't see why they would do that. It feels like I'm just in a waiting room to die here, but really? Now I regret tapping this. No, I didn't have enough mana to do that anyway. Okay. I thought for sure you'd be attacking with the 8/8. Like, what are you afraid of? Mm-hmm. Now if I bounce this, it's just getting bigger. Okay, I mean, sure, I guess. Jeez. Who put so much land in this deck, man? What am I doing main phasing a clue? Make a clue, crack a clue? No, that makes no sense. Just pass. Get ready to die. They have to swing with more than just the flyer at some point, right? Like, if they don't, they're still gonna win. I'm just gonna, like, kind of criticize them for being so passive when they're in such a winning position. Choose one or both. Put a counter on this and destroy this. I don't think that's very good for me. Obviously, this is a problem, but them killing my 4/4 is also a problem. Oh, it still kills my guy. I somehow thought this was a fight spell, but obviously it isn't. Okay, great. Good orc. Idiot. I mean, I can't win anymore, right? Okay, that certainly could help, though. Currently taking 6. I wish it were less, but I can't just eliminate the impossible now to stop 2 damage. I need to do it in the future to stop a ton of damage. So I guess I'll make a clue? Oh, if I do it again, though, I do get to keep this. Okay, that actually is good enough. Although, crack the clue first. Very funny. Nope. I don't know what... I'm looking for, like, Ezram or something. Pretty much has to be that. Okay. I played my land! Oh, yes! I wanted to surveil, but... Oh, I mean... well... it's not exactly the wrong play. Because... if what I drew was a swamp, playing this doesn't really, like, win the game, right? I need a way to deal with this guy. Just dealing with their flyer, I don't know. I needed my draw to be Ezram, so it made sense to surveil first, I think. But, I don't know, I mean, I'm dead now. I'm out of here. No, I think that was right. Surveil first. If you hit swamp, you look kind of like an idiot, but you know, if swamp was on top, you were going to lose anyway. This looks fine. I attacked with 0 creatures that game, FYI. If anyone asks you how your aggro game is going, I mean, it's not that aggro. It is a detectives... is blue-white, which is often a detectives deck. We aren't really a detectives deck. We're kind of a slower Esper control idea. But if you ever have a blue-white detectives deck and you didn't attack a single time, like, something went wrong. Well, if you have any deck and you didn't attack a single time, something went wrong, probably. But no, there are decks that are pretty happy with that, I guess. Just keep playing big bombs until the opponent concedes. LOL. I never quite know what to do with this. I think it's worth getting it out there, even though it misses a counter, just for mana tempo reasons. Yeah, that's got to be right. No, you wouldn't. Okay. I thought it was going to be reasonable doubt. Pretty nice hit. Oh dear. Okay, well, we have ways to deal with Kellen. This can bounce a clue as well. Nope, target creature. I wonder what their main colors are and what. Oh my god, it's another 5-color garbage deck. Who runs? What are they doing? Alright, I guess this is a good excuse to get down a duel. And we'll have turn 5 Ezreal if we want him. Might be nice to have some mana up, though. Card's fine. I would like some more land. I think this is fine. I think we just bish bosh smash into this. I don't really care what they do. Oh, I could have deduced pre-combat and gotten a counter here, but I don't mind the trade at all. And I want to play this guy. Sure. You come out ahead on that trade. That's alright. Or... oh, I forgot what card this was. I guess I'll flip this one then. I thought it was this guy. And now I can just run out another disguise guy, ready to flip their... ready to bounce their token. Although, it occurs to me I don't really care about their token. Let's just play Ezreal and make opponent concede, shall we? Could swing with a 2/2. I think that's fine. Swing with both? I don't mind any trades here. Sure. Okay, they want that. That's a lot of mana they want. What the hell? What? They didn't need it for color fixing. They just have like a... no, this doesn't make any sense. Why do that? You put in 3 mana, you get out 3 mana. It's mana neutral on the turn you flip it. You turned your 2/2 into a land, but you didn't need color fixing. Okay. Enjoy. What can this get? Vigilance, lifelink, hexproof. Okay. I still don't know why they flipped the land. It doesn't make any sense. Alright, we're getting to untap. Great. Fine. An island. Let's just flip this pre-blocks. Or pre-attacks. Not, I don't know. I guess I should have swung. And then, whatever. Technically speaking, I should have swung first so they couldn't, like, tap it down. They would have to fight through ward to tap it down. But, like, I don't mind if they tap down that piece of garbage. Okay, Ezreal is a good creature. I made a few attacks, so congratulations to me. I got to turn 5, and then I didn't play Ezreal, and then on turn 6, I did. Like, congratulations, that's how you win a game? And I did okay on the early trades. Nothing incredible, but fine. Because that does matter, right? You can still get run over by a tempo deck, or an aggro deck if you have, like, a killer 6-mana play you want to make. You don't always get to that much mana, and then if you do, you might just be dead before it has enough time to save you. Marco Lup? Marco 1-up? Not sure. I guess this is fine. Cap on 1. And then it's not clear, because you can actually play this as a tap land and tap the cap. So I don't have to, like, play at such a mana handicap to get this down. But it looks like I'm going to have to play it turn 2 because I don't have an island. If I draw an island, I'm pretty sure it's island turn 2 into Thoroughfare, but okay. Looks like no plays without this. Blue-black. Okay. Well, we're certainly not winning the tempo game here. God, I have nothing but damn deduces. Oh, this is so sad. I think I'm gonna face up this so I can make it a 3/3. Lose out on the tempo of the bounce, but I just don't have the mana to play it face down, I don't think. Okay. Success. I mean, they can still have plenty of things that are a problem for me, obviously. But it's nice to have, like, at least solved the problem of what's on the board. Just gonna suspect it and swing in? No suspect. What's happening? I mean, they can swing in and then suspect before blockers. It's fine. But they chose not to. Okay. It worked. We did it. Can't play this because it requires blue and black. I have blue and I have black, but I don't have blue and black. All right, then. Back to you, Bob. I would not be surprised to find myself just bouncing this. By the way, didn't I put in a ton of islands in this deck? Yeah, I have 6 plains and 8 islands in the deck. Okay, just happened to draw 3-0 of them. Sure, go ahead. I mean, I think this is fine. I would like to surveil for an island or something like that. Well, yeah, specifically an island. That saves us a bunch of time. Oh my god, makeshift binding. I can't bin it. I just can't. It's too good. I'll just cast this main phase and see if I hit a land, I guess. I don't care if they dump more mana into that. I would love them to, in fact. Oh, you are really teasing me today, Magic. Alright. Some mana issues this game. I'm glad I put in 18. I mean, I did this to myself by keeping the makeshift binding, obviously. But it doesn't take much to get the situation to improve a lot. And this 3/3 is doing a heroic job. It's 3 mana to do that, isn't it? What are you doing? Why do they keep doing this? I don't know. Weird. Very funny. Well, at least I have another creature. Oh, and it's a really good creature. I didn't have this last turn, did I? So I could have used that to untap this and make double blue. Or blue-black, for that matter. Don't you reasonable doubt me. You wouldn't. Please. I have a family. Okay. Good. Okay, it's a scary creature, but we have a way to deal with that in a minute. I'm not too worried about it. I'm thrilled this is all they're doing. I have makeshift binding, I have Ezram. I mean, I am loaded to the gills on ways to deal with that. Oh, it's equipped 3. I thought it was equipped 2. Jeez, okay, fine. You can hit me again with your 3/4. It's okay with me. I just don't want those other morphs getting in. Sure. Take my reasonable doubt. I'm not chumping. They're getting cool surveils. I mean, it's like very good for them, obviously. Trying to keep it cool with the Ezreal until there's some time that I can get him down without fear of counterspell or him or her. I don't know what Ezreal is. It. Them. Dumped a fester. Are you kidding? Okay, I mean, it's fine. It's fine. At least it's mana. That's all I really care about. I mean, I can just equip this and make it a 4-3, right? Or I can dramatically accuse this. I don't have to use Makeshift Binding, which is a more, like, pointed removal for things that are giving me a problem other than in combat. I'll just make this a 4-3, I guess? And then plan to, like, deduce and crack the clue? Or maybe not crack the clue, save it for getting this back? I don't know. I could even swing with this and then untap it for blocks if I wanted. I think that's a little ambitious. I like having this guy as a blocker as well in case they want to get in with their 2-1 or something. Because they have pretty decent attacks on the ground. Aside from the fact that I have a 4-3. Maybe I'm playing too scared. But they've shown for a while that they don't have a way to deal with a creature. So I'm perfectly willing to present them a creature to deal with. Okay. Hopefully they can't save them both if I go for 2 blocks. What is this, a Granite Witness? Surely they would have done that already. I'll make the obvious blocks. What's your plan? Eliminate the impossible, maybe? But then they'd attack with everything. Make that a 2-1. Sure, that's fine. And then? You have more? No. An island. So good. Second island, it's a miracle. So what's the evidence in the deck? I have 4 things, each worth exactly 2. This requires 3, so it doesn't divide out very nicely. I do like just playing this out again and then equipping it, but that feels pretty timid. I think I'd rather just tap this down. I have 8 mana. Yeah. Let's just tap this down. Show me you can deal with that. And develop another blocker. Finally a counterspell? Yes, okay. This is suspected now. Okay, understood. I could tap it to equip it, but then I just take damage for, like, no real reason. This extra 2, basically, and this 1. What is this? They have exit specialist? No, it's a 6/2. Oh my goodness. Okay. When it dies, right? Okay. So makeshift binding will not have that problem. They've had a 6/2 menace on the board all this time? What have you been doing? Hello? Okay. Yeah, okay, you got me, I guess. Vigilance, lifelink, or hexproof. Well, not quite prepared to do that yet, I guess. I can pay the 2 this time. And I think I will just run this out so I can pay for reasonable doubt. Rather than try to sneak out an Ezram. Well, since they didn't, I have nothing better to do than... This is a detective! I didn't realize that. I could have equipped it more cheaply earlier. Kind of rude. Okay, well that's another thing that isn't dealing with Ezram. May as well get in there for 1. I mean, technically I could tap one of their things. But I can't pay the ward, so only if they flip this up before attacks would that be meaningful. So I guess I'll just go for the 1 damage. It's not going to be haste in these colors. So I'm now daring to hope that I have exhausted their way of dealing with big problems, right? That's like why I've been delaying the Ezram, is to see if I can land it when they just can't deal with it. And they've used a lot of removal, but they're Dimir. They're going to have a lot. I don't know, I guess only 2, but like they used the Reasonable Doubt as well. Couple removal spells. I mean, I could play it even safer and just run this out, right? Yeah, why not? Can still pay for Reasonable Doubt. I mean, obviously it makes sense to put this here. I guess that's fine. I was thinking I could attack with it maybe, but I think I should just use it to tap down their menace creature. Or maybe let it attack and then try double blocking and then tap down their other... I don't know. It doesn't add up. They want back the Repeat Offender. I guess that's the only decent creature, huh? Okay, cool. Right now that creature looks like dog doo-doo. I guess I'll tap down the ward creature, though. Because they get to kill one of these creatures no matter what if they attack. With either of their creatures. But this one, I like definitely know what it is and would be happy to trade with it. This one, who knows? Maybe it's going to be a problem if I try to block it somehow. And assassin. Oh no, it's an assassin. Okay, that's cool. Huh. Alright. Oh, I forgot. I can pay double blue for this as well. Well, they don't want to attack with this right now. I think I'd welcome an attack with this. Yeah, so go for it. Come at me. What do you got? Actually, do I even want to shuffle this back into their deck? I don't want them drawing it. It's not causing me any trouble. Run out all the lands. Just in case. And pass. I don't really want to trade with their Death Toucher, but it's also not the end of the world. I guess it would be kind of sad to double block any 2 creatures into it. I'll just tap it down, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. No, I can turn this into a 4-3 by untapping a land, can't I? Nah, I need to keep mana up for Ezram. Okay, good. Sack an artifact. This says when you sack a clue. Okay, so it will return. Good. So I think I'll give this lifelink and swing in. Not in that order. It's a detective. I could flip this and swing as well, but I just want to make sure I gain some life right now. It's giving up one of my sources of hexproof, but I think that's okay. They probably can't kill it twice. So once again, I could, if I untapped a land, flip this guy. Or I could, like, move the detective cap right now, the thinking cap. I don't think I especially have to. I think I'll just hang around until combat on their turn and then figure it out. I guess I was being a bit... Ooh, we get to see what this is. They're flipping it for 2 blue and black instead of its normal cost. That's interesting. Whoa, I was at 4. Yikes. Okay. Good to know. Whenever an assassin deals combat damage. This isn't an assassin anyway. Okay. Resolves. I still pass. It's a lot of attackers, though. Are either of these assassins? This is, right? Yeah. Why can't it block? Oh, it's suspected, of course. Yeah, so... Now what? The 1/3 isn't a great blocker for their 2/1? Oh, this doesn't have Menace. Maybe that's why I should have moved the Thinking Cap over. But I can just block it with my 4/3, I guess. Yeah, I think given that I can untap Ezram, I don't want to do any weird shenanigans here. So go ahead. No attacks. Great news. Oh, wait, this is bad. My Ezram no longer has hexproof. Whoops. There was a reason I didn't want to do that, and I forgot it, but it was fine. Okay. So if I'd like tried attacking with this last turn, I could have gotten in 4 more damage, and then I'd have lethal now. So, wait, would I? I only have 13. 4 more wouldn't kill them. Well, well, well. I'm not sure how aggressive to be here. They apparently don't have a way to kill Ezram, or they would have already, so I don't necessarily need a clue for hexproof. I should have played Magnifying Glass pre-combat, I think, actually. Because then I could afford to give this lifelink and not, like, risk that I'm going to get killed. Okay, I mean, this threatens lethal next turn. I guess it's a decent attack. I don't need the lifelink. Okay, sure, that's pretty cool. I don't really have any tricks that would save it, so no sense drawing now. Maybe I did need the lifelink? No, because I can always untap it and then give it lifelink. Oh, I forgot. I should have moved the hat over here, probably. So it's an easy trade for this guy. A single trade. Well, I don't know. If they swing with their whole board, I think Ezram's going to be fine. Gaining me a bunch of life, hopefully. I definitely have played this passively. Yeah, go ahead. Okay. This is a little brave, but I think I do want the lifelink pretty badly. Wow, okay. That's something. I mean, there's nothing very good in the graveyard, so... Other target creature cards. So this is the only thing currently dying. Which means it has to get back on a Fester Leech, I guess? Oh, sack an artifact. It doesn't even have to be a clue. Fester Leech. Have fun with that. I think I have enough mana that I don't want to crack this for a clue for mana efficiency. Crack for a card for mana efficiency. I'll just get the dude back next. Ooh, that's kind of juicy, huh? Destroy. Okay, let's... Do I want lifelink again? I think so. Like, how are they going to kill me if I have lifelink all the time, right? I definitely, like, made a mistake. I should have tried to kill Atrada, obviously. And I would have succeeded in killing her, although the Illicit Masquerade would have allowed them to bring it back if they wanted. And I still have plenty of mana to investigate if I want. You will suspect Atrada. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, I guess this. Now I still could technically investigate if I untapped a land, although I doubt that's what I'll want to do. Tap Atrada, I guess. Just in case of any funny business. I don't know, I could have just killed her, but... Oh, this, right, this can still sack an artifact. Right, so even though I don't have a clue up... Ezreal is still safe. Okay, well that was sure a long one. I played it very cautiously, passively even, maybe more than was correct, but it did work out, so in that sense, I am a genius. This was the same game where my opponent had a face down 6/2 menace that they just never flipped, right? Like, what is... I was... Seems like that would have been a pretty cool thing to do. They did eventually flip it, which is how I found out. But like, they could have done it 5 turns earlier or something, and I would have been in a much less happy place. Jack Color. I don't know what this means. Sure. Seems fine. Thinking cap on 1, tap land, and then something. The Researcher, for example. This is the hand that does a lot, but, I mean, it's okay. Spell? Great. They must have just drawn this or just drawn the swamp. Obviously, they would have been happy to play that if they'd had it earlier. If they'd had both of those things earlier. I don't know. I guess it's not technically true. Maybe they played the mountain hoping to shock my 2-drop. You know, stranger things have happened. And they just like decided that was more important than being able to play this on turn 1. I would rather play this on turn 1 personally, so I think that's probably not what happened, but it is possible. Could just run this out. It would be nice to equip the thinking cap as well. I could disguise it and equip the thinking cap. Then I have to pay again to flip it. I could disguise it, untap a land, equip the thinking cap to a creature that can't block. Doesn't seem so smart. I think I will actually just disguise it. No. Let's just run this out. This shuts off the 1/1 menace and is a fine trade here as well. Now they can bolt my 3/2, but it doesn't even help. I still have a blocker. Not bolt, shock. Great. It is a 4/2 flyer. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I can find that. It is sort of a problem for me if I don't. Could I play both of these? Play this, 2 mana left. So I could if I were willing to have this be tapped. I think that's fine. They just get in for 1 more damage. I want more mana. If they attack with the 2/2, I'm somewhat afraid and probably shouldn't block. But this is sort of a bluff check. Like, I think it's tough for them to attack here if they don't have something, because it's just such an obvious trade in my advantage that I might be willing to make. Yeah. Okay. So this signals pretty clearly they don't have any combat traits, and also this isn't like a big disguise creature; it's a small one. Great. So 6 up to 7 mana if I want. So I think I'll just equip Detective this, meaning I can make a clue. I'm very happy to just sit back and wait. Okay, it's a 4/2. I actually thought they would be willing to trade such a creature here. Huh. Okay. Oh, this is power forward grader. I thought it was toughness for some reason. I should have used that on their Moroi. It's much harder to find a use for this than for makeshift binding, and I just didn't notice that it applied. Whoops. I mean, it was lit up in my hand. I should have been like, why is that? But I didn't ask. This is curious. Okay. So let's see. They're attacking. It doesn't matter. They can't... They'll have to choose targets before my 2/2 hits the board. Alright, what do you got? Galvanize to finish off my 2/5? You wish to make this a 7... Alright. I'll make my move now to stop the investigate, I guess. And kill their creature and keep my creature... Well, my creature's gonna die, but that's happening anyway. No investigates, please. Wow. Spending this just to make a 2/2. Okay. Exciting stack. I can't investigate. So I guess just pass. Nothing to do here, huh? I mean, that's fine. I'm pretty cool at doing nothing. Maybe I should have moved the hat to the 2/2. But I think that mana is important, right? Shock. Well, that's annoying. I think I'm glad I left it where it was. Because then they would have attacked and I would have, like, blocked. No. Maybe this was bad for me. They still don't have much in the way of attacks. I'm fine with this thing nibbling on me for quite some time. You have another one. Okay. I'm sort of running out of ways to deal with that, but I have a decent number of flyers myself, I think. Right? Especially now that I have a swamp. No, don't tap this. I think the Bubble Smuggler is pretty good right now. And I need the swamp for my, for my black card. Swing with a 2/5? I think that's okay. I would love a trade with your 4/2. The mana's not doing anything for me, and I don't need it as a blocker either. It's such a stupid black splash. I don't know, man. I just can't help myself. It's a lot of fun. You get to play the same card over and over. Okay. Sad. I'll take the extra 2 here to be able to put this. Ah! That's so good! If only I had reasonable doubt last turn. What the hell? They're threatening 7. I guess we just go chonking here? Right? I don't think I want to swing with this, though. It's pretty good at stopping 4 damage a turn. And I think it still makes sense to equip the thinking cap, but I'm not sure. It doesn't look that important right now, and it makes it a little harder to like cast reasonable doubt. Like I can't tap down the thing and reasonable doubt, so I think we just chill. Insofar as swinging with a 6/5 can be described as chilling. None attacks. Wow, they're really respecting the 6/5. Deck check 22. So no danger of being milled. I mean, I hate countering when they're just like drawing a million cards, but I don't want them to get to play a million cards. Oh! I can suspect this. Okay. They were right to make no attacks, it turns out. Alright, get going, Bubble Smuggler. They don't have blocks for it. But they would have no blocks at all if I... Really? If they had made any attacks, I'd have lethal right now. I could tap down another creature and then get in for 6. So well done not having that happen. I can choose what creatures they lose, though, if I want, by tapping down the other one. Doesn't seem all that great. I'd rather have this to stop myself from dying. Block however you like. I want to play this, but I can only cast it face down unless I untap my planes, which would mean I couldn't tap their 5-power flyer. I don't think that's worth it. So let's just cast a ward creature. Oh, and now I actually could flip it, couldn't I? I see. Sure. So spend no more mana. Yes. Because now I can tap their thing down and flip up my flyer. Wow, okay. If you don't have another creature, you are dead. Well, I don't know. They might have something else. A kill spell or something. I mean, swing with this is lethal. Seems like a good play. I guess I could hold back the 4/3? Because I don't need it to get lethal, and they could have some surprise for me. Now that this is tapped down, I'm rather vulnerable. Yeah? See? Gotta be careful. I don't have any more reasonable doubt, but I guess I'll go looking. Oh yeah, that's not how this game works. I would have to pay more to... Okay. Well, this is why I was supposed to swing with the 4/3, I guess. But... yeah, they're one-off lethal if they don't draw anything. If I'd swung with the 4/3, I'd be dead to any creature. Now, I mean, I can block their 2/3, but I don't have a clear route to victory after that. I guess... this isn't a detective, right? Yeah, okay. I guess I just do this. 5/5 blocks the Phoenix fairly well. I want mana, so no sense bluffing something, I don't think. Still tons of cards left. No way they're decking. But I feel like I was, I don't know. Not tapping, not swinging with this was definitely I don't know. I didn't think clearly enough about what it was playing around and what it was playing into. It may or may not have been the right play, but I should have thought about more specific things than about, like, oh, they might have something, I'll hold back a blocker. Okay, this is nice. Sort of. Yeah. Problem is, I have 6 evidence, but it's 3 2s. I need, like... Okay. I think I need to play this out. And then do nothing. Well, no, I can... Yeah, I think do nothing. So I might want this clue for if this dies. But how's it gonna die? No, don't be a wimp. Great. Okay, that's a huge victory. And we don't attack. But we plan to tap down both of their attackers. Both of their flyers, I should say. And swing in for 8 all at once. You know, they're the one with push-pull in their deck. Let's exile creatures where possible. Resolves. Yeah. Sure. Pretty cool card. Not exactly what's... It's like a little too late for my super late game card. But I guess, you know, if I somehow don't win the game next turn, this is a pretty good draw. Okay, I mean, that's not anything. Ah! Okay. I mean, now I have a big lifelinker. Really regretting not making that attack earlier, but I don't know, it still might have been the right play. Alright, I mean, I have a big lifelinker. If you can avoid letting it block, you could well kill me. So I have to tap this down or I'm dead. Actually, that's not true. I can untap... Hang on. I could untap this, but I guess tapping this is just better, right? I'm dead! Very funny. Good draw. I like it. Good joke. Really close game. I'm sure there were many chances to get one more damage in there. There was that turn I attacked with less than I could have, right? When I could have swung with this as well as my... Or like when I could have put the thinking cap on something. I think there was a turn like that. I think there was a turn I could have swung with like just a 1-3, but I wanted a blocker. You know, any of those might have made the difference, but also like I wasn't like just not attacking for no reason. It was useful to have the creatures back on blocks, and other bad things would have happened to me if I'd attacked with them. So I don't think any of... Well, by saying there were chances to get in one more damage, I don't mean, oh, I blundered and threw the game for no reason. I haven't done the analysis and won't. I'm not going to go back through these games, but like, I haven't done the analysis to figure out whether there was a good reason for me to not get one more damage. Like, what really would have happened is basically unknowable. This looks pretty good. Plains on 1, Thoroughfare on 2 again. And then the tap land, the other tap land. Oh. Well, island then. I'm not running 2 of these, am I? I only put 1 in? Correct, okay. Oh, well, okay, never mind. The tap land can wait, I guess. It was probably wrong to play the tap land anyway because of Deduce. But getting an actual 2-drop creature is exciting stuff. Even though it's not a detective and I don't have any other creatures to trigger it, it's still pretty cool stuff. Obviously wish I could have countered that, but no surprise that I couldn't. Let's go for the Surveil here. I mean, I could play the island and equip this, but I think holding up Reasonable Doubt is pretty good here. So let's sneak in the Surveil while we can. Deduce is fine, but it's like a 4-mana draw 2, and I can draw one of the cards by just like not playing it, so let's do that. I don't know. Having this equipped could be pretty cool, but on the other hand, they could pump this to be a 4-2 and then I just trade anyway, so... I don't think we're going to let Tristani resolve. They don't have 2 mana anywhere I can see it. I can suspect a creature, huh? You, maybe? Or me. A 1/1 suspect is not that great to attack with, and it's not that great to block with either. I think I'll submit 0. I would rather be on the defensive than the attack here. They must have just drawn this. Surely they would have played Tristani while I was tapped out and they had 3 mana if it were possible. This is just a 2-2. Well, no, I have the equipment. No blocks. My eyes got all big there. Ezram has arrived. Okay. This way, if they want to trade their 2-2 for my 2/2, they at least have to spend 3 mana on it. I guess so did I. It's not clear this is a great trade. But I'm happy slowing the game down. Hey! Good thing we have makeshift binding, huh? Death Touch, Vigilance, or Double Strike? I think just making it a 4/2 might be your best bet. Oh, that makes sense. Now you can give either one of them Death Touch. Okay. Wow. Tristani the Disguised Witness. I love it. Yowza. That hurts. I'm still willing to trade this for their 2/2. So I do not attack. I'm just going to deduce this turn, but no reason to tell them that. Wait, did I forget to play a land? Should I have deduced first? No, I played a land. It was the second island or something, right? I'm not 100% sure. It's a big cat. Well, I don't like playing out Ezram with no mana for its abilities, but I think I have to. Land is looking good. I already have 6 mana. Yeah, actually, the next turn, if I untap with Ezram and a Clue and Reasonable Doubt, or Eliminate the Impossible, I think I should be fine. Let's not take that land. Alright, here's hoping this works. If they can kill it this turn, it's a problem. I don't know, I guess I could have left the land on top and not played Ezram? Yeah. Shoot. Because now what am I going to do, right? I could have just played this as a face down and then played Ezram with mana left. And now, like, here I am in misery. I don't know. It would be so much slower to do that, though. I needed... Because you can't give Ezram, like, first strike. I would have had to... Well, I would have had enough mana to play Ezram and hold up Eliminate the Impossible, but I couldn't Ezram and Eliminate the Impossible and crack a Clue. I just have to play this face up, right? Yeah. Take 9. What am I saying? Take 9? 9 is my low life total. Take 6. And then try to deal with that later. This doesn't look like it's happening. Make your move? No. Another blocker's kind of cool, though. Problem is, neither of them kills this. If I double block it and eliminate the impossible, and then I don't die, I guess? Is this my third loss coming up? I've lost track. I guess 17 lands would know, right? Where's my 17 lands tab? It is. I'm 2-2, and it's due to bad play, I think. Not really the deck's fault, or my draws very much. Just having trouble navigating you know, control decks, you have to understand pretty well what's going on in the game, and I'm making mistakes. I'm at 1. Now what? Well, green-white isn't going to have any direct face damage, so there is that. Can't cast this and face down and then flip it, so I'm just playing... I mean, 2-1's pretty good at the moment, though. So let's see... What might be behind door number 2? More land. Again? More land. Okay. Well... if I play it face down, it's slightly better at blocking, but it's still good enough at blocking this face up. So I think I crack another clue. My opponent's over there just having a ball. Like, look at this. Look how far ahead. Look how desperate this guy is. And it's true, I am, but I do have a way to live this turn. Assuming you have nothing, ever. He's not a detective, surely. Yeah, he's a citizen. Although, I don't know. I guess a 2-2 would have been a lot better, because I want to block it here and here, not the other way around, right? I want this to be the one that dies. Okay, well, they both died. Good news, sort of. Okay, I mean, opponent's cracking a clue. We might be back in this. Somehow. Okay, I'm gonna need to draw something. No, I'm not. I don't have to. But I would like to. Okay. I have enough mana to play them both, which is good, because that's what I want to do. More draws. Yes. Get me that juicy action, please. Okay, I'm dead. Good to know. I could have held open the mana for this, but then I wouldn't be drawing as much, and I think that's really important. With all those lands in my hand to get to some kind of action and just hope I can... Yeah, I mean, it was fun, sure. Just hope I could live for long enough. Or no, I couldn't have done this, because I didn't get this until I had, like, drawn a bunch off of this guy. This was my last draw, right? Maybe it was the island, I'm not sure. But I drew, like, 2 cards off of this, and if I hadn't drawn them, I wouldn't have this, so... I don't know if I really could have. Well, I could have just played this. But there are some face down creatures that this does not cope with. I don't know. A lot of tough decisions. Letting my Ezram get makeshift binding, I mean, that was definitely a game-losing play. If I had just waited one turn longer, they never played a single card that could deal with Ezram, right? Aside from this. All I had to do was live a little longer. And I think I could have done it if I'd left the land on top and played out the flyer as a 2/2. Then I could have played the Ezram and held up Eliminate the Impossible. But I couldn't do that and hold up the Hexproof. So I'm not sure. But I guess you don't have to have both of them, right? They could have either makeshift bound pre-combat, in which case I give it hexproof, and like I don't know. The problem is then their 6/5 is too much of a problem. I can't. Well, no. Then I can just block the 6/5, trade Ezram for it, having successfully dealt with their makeshift binding. I don't know. Lots of ways this could have gone differently had I made different plays. I feel like this was a pretty good deck. I don't know. I mean, every Karlov Manor game feels that way. Deck. I mean, I don't know. There was some questionable stuff in here. Maybe it doesn't feel that great, but it has Ezram. It has some ways to stall, I guess. It's a little bit light on interaction. Magnifying Glass, actually, I don't think was a bad inclusion. It was pretty nice making clues with like Ezram and this guy. If anything, maybe including 2 of these and another swamp so I could hit that more often would have been pretty cool. Oh well. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.